As a participant in the Fiscal Year 18 Performance Management Pilot, you may have questions about what the pilot is and how it works. During this webinar, we'll try to answer those questions for you so that you can have a positive pilot experience. Your experience, along with that of other pilot participants, will help shape the future of performance management at Harvard. Why are we doing this pilot? The pilot was launched in response to feedback that suggested managers and staff across the university want an approach to performance management that focuses less on the process and more on the quality of the manager-staff relationships that really drive performance. To that end, we're testing a simplified performance management approach and tool, the removal of year-end ratings, and the decoupling of compensation from performance and development conversations. The deliberate focus on regular conversations is intended to strengthen the connection between managers and staff in a way that will generate more great days at work for everyone, and that will lead to more organizational, team, and individual success. Whose job is it to make time for these conversations? Committing to meaningful performance conversations is a shared responsibility. Managers are responsible for creating an environment where staff feel safe and empowered to candidly discuss what's going well, what's not, and what support they need to be successful. All staff are strongly encouraged to talk honestly with their managers about their aspirations and development, as well as about priorities, expectations, and outcomes. We hope that each of you will enter into these conversations with an open mind, curiosity, and your best listening skills. Together, you'll reserve time on the calendar in a way that works best for you. And you may choose to use the Fiscal Year 18 Performance Conversations form to capture highlights from your conversations and keep the form as a living document in an agreed-upon place. Alternatively, you can keep notes from your conversations on your computer, phone, or elsewhere for reference during the year. Then they can be summarized on the Performance Conversations form when it's time for the manager to upload it to PeopleSoft at the end of the year, after both of you have signed off on it. When are we supposed to do what? Some pilot groups got started with the pilot approach as early as July. Others have begun more recently. All pilot groups are now underway and will wrap up on May 31st, 2018. The first phase of the process, the direction phase, occurs between July 1st and December 31st. During the direction phase, staff talk with their managers to identify their priorities and innovative ideas. Ideally, if team priorities have been set, the conversation will also highlight how individual and team priorities are aligned. The second phase of the process, the connection phase, occurs continuously from the time the priorities are set through the end of May 2018 when the pilot concludes. Managers and staff together determine how frequently they wish to meet during this phase. The third phase of the process, the reflection phase, occurs in April and May 2018. During this phase, managers and staff discuss and document year-end feedback, outcomes, and learnings, while also looking ahead to direction for Fiscal Year 19. How will we keep track of all of this? The Fiscal Year 18 Performance Conversations form is designed to guide and help you document your experience throughout the pilot year. The instructions attached to the form will clarify for you some terminology that differs from what is used in e-performance. Notably, the direction, connection, and reflection phase names are new, and the term priorities has replaced goals, allowing for a bit more flexibility and a recognition that things often shift throughout the year. You won't find any reference to ratings or competencies on the form, as these have been eliminated from the pilot experience. A specific reference to innovative ideas to consider is optional, and a prompt to discuss both what was accomplished and how it was accomplished aims to expand our way of thinking about what great performance looks like. The form includes a signature block for both manager and staff, which is to be completed when you are both satisfied with the content of the document before the manager uploads it to ePerformance when the pilot year concludes. How will my pay be determined if there are no ratings? If you are represented by HUCTW or one of our service and trade unions, you'll receive your pay as agreed to in the contract with Harvard. For exempt staff, we have been working with Harvard's Compensation Office and benchmarking against other organizations that are exploring rating-less performance management approaches. Before the reflection phase begins, managers will be provided with a thoughtful framework for fairly assessing exempt staff contributions for the purpose of making pay recommendations in the absence of ratings. As always, local human resource offices work in conjunction with managers to make compensation decisions. Answering questions like these and seeking your feedback about your experience are essential to assessing the effectiveness of this pilot. We encourage you to respond to pilot surveys as you receive them and to seek the support of your local HR representatives if you continue to have questions. They are a great source of tools and techniques for helping you to have more regular, meaningful performance conversations throughout the year. Also, be sure to sign up for CWD's LinkedIn and Twitter feeds to receive regular updates about best practices that lead to great days at work.